Psychosis is a mental condition characterized by a disconnection from reality, which can manifest as hallucinations, delusions, and impaired thinking. Similarly, one could argue that our government's actions, particularly regarding overspending and disconnection from the pragmatic needs of its citizens, reflect certain attributes akin to psychosis. Overspending and the hallucinations of wealth. Imagine a person who hallucinates about possessing vast amounts of wealth. This individual might believe that they have limitless financial resources and consequently spend extravagantly without considering the real consequences. In parallel, the government often operates as though there are no fiscal constraints, engaging in significant overspending. This behavior includes funding projects that exceed budgetary limits, increasing national debt, and failing to balance budgets responsibly. Much like a person experiencing financial hallucination, the government may prioritize short-term benefits or political gains over long-term fiscal health. This can lead to a cycle of borrowing and spending that exacerbates economic instability, similar to how an individual might accumulate unsustainable debt based on their delusional beliefs. The disconnect from fiscal reality can result in policies that strain economic systems and burden future generations with unmanageable debt. Disconnection from reality, the delusions of grandeur. Delusions of grandeur are a common symptom of psychosis, where an individual might believe they possess extraordinary power, importance, or abilities. The government, in a comparable manner, sometimes exhibits delusions about its capacity to solve all problems through expansive intervention. This can be seen in overreaching policies and regulations that, while well-intentioned, may not align with the practical realities or needs of the populace. For instance, the government might launch ambitious social programs or infrastructure projects without adequately assessing their feasibility or sustainability. These initiatives can be driven by the desire to demonstrate strength and capability, but they often lack grounding in economic or logistical practicality. These resulting inefficiencies and failures highlight a profound disconnection from the everyday experiences and challenges faced by citizens. Impaired thinking and inconsistent and erratic policies. Psychosis often involves impaired thinking and reasoning, leading to inconsistent or erratic behavior. Similarly, the government's policy making can appear fragmented and reactive rather than coherent and strategic. For example, sudden shifts in economic policy or foreign relations can resemble the unpredictable and disjointed thoughts characteristic of psychosis. This inconsistency can create an unstable environment, both domestically and internationally. Businesses, investors, and other nations might find it challenging to navigate such an unpredictable landscape, leading to decreased confidence and potential economic downturns. The lack of a stable long-term vision is akin to the cognitive disruptions seen in psychosis, where logical and sequential thinking is compromised. Perceptual distortions, media and information manipulation. A person with psychosis may experience perceptual distortions, misinterpreting sensory information or believing in altered versions of reality. In the political realm, this can be paralleled by the manipulation of information and media to shape public perception. Governments might control narratives, suppress dissent, or propagate misinformation to maintain power and influence. This manipulation can distort public understanding of critical issues, creating a reality that is more about perception management than truth. Such actions erode trust and foster cynicism among citizens, much like how perceptual distortions can alienate a person from their surroundings and relationships. Paranoia, security, and surveillance excesses. Paranoia, a hallmark of psychosis, involves irrational fears and suspicions. Governments often exhibit similar tendencies through excessive surveillance, stringent security measures, and an overemphasis on control. While national security is paramount, an over-reliance on invasive surveillance and draconian measures can reflect a paranoid mindset, perceiving threats everywhere and compromising civil liberties in the process. This paranoia can lead to a culture of fear where citizens feel constantly watched and mistrusted. Such an environment stifles free expression and innovation, akin to how paranoia in an individual can limit their interactions and personal growth. Grandiosity, overestimating influence and power. Grandiosity in psychosis involves an inflated sense of self-worth and capabilities. Governments, too, can overestimate their influence and power on the global stage. This can manifest in foreign policies that overreach or interventions in international conflicts that are beyond practical capacities. Such overestimations can strain diplomatic relations, lead to costly military engagements, and divert resources from domestic needs. The resultant geopolitical instability mirrors the personal instability seen in individuals experiencing grandiosity, where their actions often outstrip their actual abilities and resources. In conclusion, drawing parallels between the behavior of a person with psychosis and the actions of our current government provides a thought-provoking analogy. Overspending resembles hallucinations of wealth. Disconnection from practical realities mirrors delusions of grandeur, and inconsistent policies reflect impaired thinking. Perceptual distortions through media manipulation, paranoia in excessive surveillance, and grandiosity in overreaching foreign policies further underscore this comparison. While this analogy is not a perfect fit, governments and individuals operate in fundamentally different contexts, it serves to highlight the potential pitfalls of governance marked by disconnection from reality, fiscal irresponsibility, and erratic decision-making. Understanding these parallels can prompt critical reflection on the direction and nature of our political leadership, encouraging more grounded, responsible, and transparent governance. I'm Matt Metler. Thanks for listening. This has been a Matt Metler production, copyright 2024.